voices, but I don't know there. What is up, everybody? I know. You're used to a completely different face with slightly less gray, but you're stuck with what you got. So fucking get over it, man. This is Chuck here on Travis's Great Creative Hour, and we're going to be talking about all sorts of absolutely awesome comic Kickstarters. And there we are. And yeah, it's going to be freaking awesome. So we're going to have a blast, and I'm expecting tons more people to be showing up partway through. So I'm currently trying to track down on Facebook where we're going to. I don't think it's actually going to Travis's page. I can't tell. Oh, yeah, no, now he's live. Okay. There we are, yeah. So I'm going to turn down my volume because that would be weird. And yeah, okay, cool. Why don't we go around the room real quick? We will introduce ourselves, talk really quick about our projects, and then if anyone else comes in, we'll talk to them too, and then we'll get started on the big ones. Okay, so first off, we'll go from the top. Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit about what brought you here today and about you?
Yeah, so I'm Dan. I do art and I do writing for my own books, Worms Crawl In and Worms Crawl Out, 2 graphic novels. I work on a few other projects as well. So I work with Ed Davis on his titles Immortal Era and Corruptor. And I also do lettering for Frontier Forever Regenesis by Ben Krieger. So I try to keep myself busy. I am here today because I also have stories in Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales. So I'm very excited about that.
That's freaking awesome. Yeah. All right, Stoney.
Hey, my name is Stoney Williams. I'm probably best known for Villainous from Mad Cave Studios. And I have been in, so far, every single one of the Cthulhu Invades.
Oh, dude, you're officially in more than me. Ed, tell us about yourself.
So I'm Ed Davis. I am creator of Finish Line Comics, where we have 2 book series right now, Immortal Era and Corruptor, which closes in 66 minutes for number 2. And then I have 1 story in the Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales as well.
Awesome. And I'm going to Kickstarter so we can find out where all your projects are at. Brian, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right, so I'm Brian Wolf. I'm an artist and writer. I have my own book, Gravesitter. I have Gravesitter 1 and 2 out as right now, and right now I've got Steel Victory #1 up at Kickstarter. It's got 4 days left, and I've got a story I'm drawing in Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales.
Sweet. So let us, what do we got to do? I want to find out where everybody is at. Where are we at right now on all of our projects, and what number do we want to get you guys up to? So we're going to, Ed, let's go over your project first. We'll do a quickie on that one, and then we'll come back around and do the big one. So tell us a little bit about the Corruptor issue 2.
So Corruptor issue 2, it's a story about a mafia hitman who gets killed in his final job because he refuses to kill his own sister. So after he fails at this job, he's immediately hunted by the mob and killed. And after his death, he's recruited by Hell, who give him an ultimatum: either work for Hell, corrupting souls, or suffer an eternity burning in the flames. So he chooses to work as a corruptor, and as a corruptor, he needs to take souls that are kind of in the middle, the fence sitters. They're not quite good, they're not quite bad, and steer them toward being bad, because heaven and hell are racing to gather souls, because they know that in the year 2000, the Immortal Era is going to begin, and at that point, everything is outside of their control. So they're trying to end before the Immortal Era with the most amount of souls. And while Tony's out there trying to corrupt souls, he also ends up being recruited by Heaven. He ends up running into his old greatest foe, who's now much more powerful than him. And when they left each other on Earth, he was the powerful force in that. And now he's kind of having to make this decision. Which way is he going to go? Is he going to stick with Hell and do the job he signed on for, or is he going to betray Hell and start working for Heaven?
And that's just that's a difficult choice, man. What you gonna do, buddy? So here's the fucked up thing. I looked up so here we are. We're at Corruptor. It's at 2406 out of 2000, so you're already over. Good.
Yeah.
We're 120% and 82 backers. So let's I know Travis very well. And I know that he wants round numbers.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking and 84 I don't think is good enough for him. I don't think 84. So I'm gonna have to put for Ed, we gotta get you up to 85 backers, and you're at 2406.
Yeah.
Let's try to get you at least to 24-25.
That works, yeah.
Right? That's a fun number.
I like those numbers, yeah.
Right?
Right now we're in the last day, so everything is great because we hit funding, and I no longer have to worry about those few big pledges tanking the whole thing, because nothing is scarier than when the person who put you over the top pledged a $250 pledge, and if they back out, they can drop you right back below. But once you hit those final 48 hours, you can finally breathe that sigh of relief and know that, okay, things can still happen. We can still go down, but they can't drop and crush us. And now we're at that point where even if that huge backer did go away, we'd still be funded. So, I don't want to encourage anything. Keep your pledge. You're going to want those graded copies of the book and that cover that they bought. So, but it can't destroy us now. So that's a good thing. And Dan works on that story too, as he said. So he's the letter of the story. So he probably knows the story as well as I do by this point.
Yeah, this is a fun book. Everybody should check it out. It's very wrong side of heaven and righteous side of hell. He doesn't know which way to go, and he's stuck in the middle between these two powers. So it's a fun ride.
Yeah,
that's
he
a
called
good
it
way
a
of
damned
putting
if you do book, and I like that because he's just damned whatever he does. There's no good way for him to get out of this whole scenario.
I like that. And you can never go wrong throwing in a 5-finger death punch quote. So, no. I appreciate it. Nicely done. Heather Gibb is watching right now. She says, Travis likes his numbers like he likes his wife, round and prime. Oh, Heather, I fucking love you. And then she said, it says Travis Gibb is live. Identity theft is not a joke, Chuck. Which, again, solid office reference. I love it. But everybody, if you're out there, let's try to jump on these and make change as soon as we can, because it would be great if Travis showed up and I was like, sorry, Trav, you got nothing to do because I already fucking did it. So
Chuck stole your job.
Yeah, so let's make Travis look bad on his own account, purely out of love. Purely out of love. And, to help some awesome guys out. Matt. Matt. Can you tell us a little bit about you and what's got you hanging out with us today?
Sure, yeah. So I saw the post today about, coming on and promoting Kickstarter, so I thought I'd put my name out there. And yeah, my name is Matt McGrath. I'm funding a comic right now called ID 10T Error, a name that just rolls off the tongue.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, well, we launched last week. We're about, I think, 34% funded, so still got a ways to go, but 20 days left. And yeah, it's a comic. It's the third issue of a 3-issue series about a man who creates this sentient AI robot all in his basement out of just like some junk that he has lying around. And the only reason that he's doing this is not because he really wants to, create this miracle or the betterment of humankind or the scientific, creation. He wants it because he wants to create this thing and then immediately destroy it. So when the AI kind of gains consciousness, it's like, I don't want to be killed by this maniac. So it tries to escape, and then from there, it's this kind of like cat and mouse game between these two characters, and yeah, it's kind of like a Hostel type vibe. It's very creepy and horrorish, but also like very absurd and comedic, and yeah, so that's like issue one, and then issue two, the AI escapes, spoilers, and then kind of escapes into the real world, and that the conflict between those two just kind of explodes even further. So yeah, funding for issue three right now. It's actually, I have it right here. It's this is issue one.
Sweet.
Yeah,
So
oversized too. So this is A4, A4, A5, one of those ones. Format.
right.
It's a lot bigger than your average comic. So yeah, I think it's a fun time.
Good, man. Good. So Tom Hutchison is here, and he said Travis went live and then went to see Aliens. Technically, he went to see Aliens, and then Chuck went live on his account because that's what I do sometimes.
Never leave your account open for Chuck.
No, terrible idea.
That's it every time.
That's funny. Heather says Aliens is very important to him. That's what he said, but I've never heard him talk about Aliens once in 8 years. Maybe I don't. You know what? I'm not getting in the middle of your family stuff because my family stuff is fucked up all on its own. I don't need to ruin anyone else's, especially not over a movie. I'm sure Travis will come home with an excellent excuse. Matt, you are currently at 73 backers and 1635. So you made it really easy with that love of round numbers. We're going to try to get you up to 75 backers and 1650. So that's going to be our aim.
By the way, it's 6,500. If you're wondering why the number is like so weird and specific, I'm in Canada, so it's converted to an American fund. So
where are you in Canada, eh?
Toronto,
okay,
Canada.
So yep. I'm in North Bay right now. I'm from Toronto. I just haven't been able to get back down there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So now you know another
fellow
Canadian creator.
Nice. I feel more welcome now.
Please do. Feel free to add me, by the way. I'm trying to meet as many Canadian comic creators as possible because everyone I know is American or inaccessible. So the fact that there's some people homegrown that I can finally work with, that'd be excellent.
Yeah, it's funny, like when I launch these Kickstarters, like I'd say 95% of the backers are from the US and like a very small percentage are from Canada. So yeah, if there are any Canadian backers listening right now, want to back this, I'd be all for it.
My fellow Order of the Maples, go get out there and take care of your brother in arms, okay? Hockey stick slam. Let's fucking make this happen. Let's jump him up into 2000, and then he's like, "What the hell happened?" We're like, "Canada. That's what happened." Because that's how aggressive we are.
Good.
Brian, what's your book? What are we taking care of today?
All right, so I got 4 days left on Steel Victory, which is my noir / Super Sentai mashup story. It follows Dorian West, who was the ex-Red champion, think Power Rangers, and once upon a time, him and his team saved their city, San Francisco, from an alien attack. It's 15 years later. Their robot is still rusting in the harbor, and Dorian is now a private investigator. And in the story, he has to investigate one of his ex-teammates for a horrible crime. It's sort of fun. It's action-packed. It's got a lot of like kind of candy-colored visuals, and there's a little, that Sentai twist is there in the story as well. I've got a few exciting things for it. I've got one person already who has bought my Design Your Own Kaiju award. Dude. Only one. I have 4 available. That's 4 times I'm willing to work with individuals to develop their own kaiju, which they own, but which will appear in the book. So I hope they come and check that out, because I really do want to do at least more than one for this book. I thought it was a good reward. Hoping somebody else comes.
No, dude, I think that's an excellent award or reward. That sounds like a lot of fun. So yeah, no, good on you, man. And I just realized, I'm giving all Canadian numbers for this. So I don't, because mine all shows up in Canadian dollars, I believe.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I think what you said for mine was American dollars.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? My laptop
So-
might not have switched over yet.
Mm.
So, okay, cool. Good. I'm going to look at Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales. Oh, so, Brian, for years, you already have 50 backers. So,
Yeah.
like, you don't get a rounder number than that except for 100. And I don't fucking think I have that in me tonight. But we're going to try to get you at least 2 backers. So, we're going to aim for 52 backers. And you're at 1069 right now. So, we're going to aim for at least 1080.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're pushing for. I'm gonna look real quick. Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales. It's got 396 backers, and I don't think he usually does his own. But fuck you, man. It's my show right now, right? He's at 396. Let's try to get him to 400 backers. Just as a fuck you to our good friend Travis. So if you're out there and you haven't jumped on yet, let's get this to 400 so we can be like, yeah, maybe if you've been on your own show, you wouldn't be doing as well.
That's a good number. That's a good even
right?
number.
Yeah, he'll be pleased about the number and forget about the slight.
And that's really what it's all about, because it means that he's pleased and I got to make fun of him. And really, that's all that matters. Yeah. He's at 20,300. Well, we're at, or the group is at 20,330. I'm going to say we're aiming for 20,350. That's some round ass shit right there. Stony, this is what you're here for, right?
This is what I'm here for. That's what I
Okay.
got. Hulu Invades, yeah.
So then Stony I'm going to put this under Stony basically. And
I'll take
yeah, I bet you will take it, huh? And like it. And Dan, what are you currently here for?
Same thing.
Oh, it's not just there's no worms crawling?
No, not anything new, just the same ones. However, I am going to be working on covers for issue number 3 of the serialized Worms Crawl In, which is through Afterlight Studios.
Okay, cool.
So that'll be coming up.
Is that going to be hitting Diamond at all? Like, are we going to be seeing that in comic shops? Do we have to get people ready for that?
I don't know if I can say that right now.
Okay, well then, if you don't know, the answer is no. You can't say that right now.
Probably not.
So nothing was said. Worms are staying in the ground for now, and we'll see what happens down the road.
Dan,
But
do you
I-
have a website where you sell those books?
I do. I have my own shop. It's if you go to wormscrawlin.com or wormscrawlout.com, that's my big cartel shop, and I sell them through there.
I
See,
love
Sony,
that.
that's how you sell comics. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
You tell people you're selling your comics.
Oh,
They don't know if you don't tell them.
You give them your website and you say, I'm selling them here.
gotcha.
Came
Okay.
directly for you. Like, it was personal. Oh, I love this. DM Ray came on and said Canadian funny money is the best up here. It is the best. I love our money. It's delightfully gay. It is, because if you look at a Canadian dollar bill, it's got like little see-through stuff, which I assume is that awesome mesh that I, as a single or as a straight fat dude, just cannot pull off. And I do, gay guys, I do hate that you can pull that shit off, because I cannot. Never. And yeah, I'm going there. And I don't know what else I was going to say, but it was going to be funny. Oh yeah, and also it's colorful as shit. We got like blues and pinks and purples for our money, and again, colors I can't pull off. I'm not American, but like I'd be fine with a green. Like, yeah, I can handle a green. But I
Our-
just
Our
Yeah.
money is so boring. It's terrible. I remember as a kid, I was always very excited when I would find those rare Canadian coins
Oh yeah.
around in the system.
Yeah, there's-
Wow, look at this.
This one has gold in the middle. What the hell? Chuck is crushing it. Thank you, Christopher Albright. I appreciate. I'm trying. I really am. And we're gonna look at some of these projects actually. Ed, we're gonna do a deep dive because you only have less than an hour left.
Yeah.
So when I said we got to hit some damn numbers, you are the big one. So everybody, right now, I can't play with too much stuff on here. I can't put it up. If you're able to, Ed, like if you're able to throw your screen on, I don't know if people can do that, but if you can do that, feel free to. And I will show off the Kickstarter.
You can do it.
Let's see.
I sure as hell can't.
So let's. Yeah, you got to. Can you add it to the show? It's down there on the bottom.
Yeah, here we are. Add to stage.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
All
So
right.
there
This
we are.
Corruptor 1 and 2. So if you missed number 1, we got that covered for you. And it's telling about the mafia hitman that you see right here, Tony Scomparza, who decides to spare his sister and doom himself when he was alive. And in his afterlife, we see he's torn between heaven and hell, and whatever side he picks, sorry about that. I'll give you the Blair Witch effect right now. So whatever side he picks, it's not going to work out well for him, because we're going to see, as terrible as, fuck, I should stop working. I'm just going to ruin everybody's vision. So as bad as he was, we see that there was some choices he made where he actually showed goodness. And because of that, it's going to leave him in a bad place with hell. He also decides to kind of explore what there is in the afterlife. And he finds there's this afterlife marketplace where basically, if you want it, it can be purchased. But the only currency that they take are portions of your soul. And when hell finds out that he's been spending time in the afterlife marketplace, they have their own set of goons that come and tell him, get back to your job or else. And as we end this issue, it ends the same way last issue ended. Tony is once again face to face with the angel, but with a much different attitude, because now what he's seen in this particular issue has made him have new thoughts about what he should do, whether he's choosing heaven or hell. And this is a little glimpse of the marketplace, and of course them taking a piece of his soul when they want it. So we have the first 4 pages up on this, so I can spoil them because they're here anyway. And we find out that when heaven recruited him, they weren't looking to get him to, go make souls better, because he's such a vile person. Even if he has pieces of goodness in him, he was a hired hitman. He killed, women. He killed men. He killed family pets. And that was one of the things that Satan was so impressed with. So the angel goes, no, we don't need you to go, be some touched by an angel. You're not going to do that shit. You're too terrible. We want you to go kill other corruptors. So if he takes heaven's offer, then now he becomes a hitman, but for heaven, killing other corruptors, so that in the end, heaven wins. Because I'm, if you're hearing this, you can figure out I'm not a very religious person, and this story definitely doesn't make it like heaven, shiny lights and all that shit. But it's very much, both sides are pretty awful and have their reasons that you don't want to be following them.
So,
and poor Tony's just stuck in the middle.
So as we said earlier, you have 43 minutes left. So gang, if you're gonna jump on this, jump on now while you can. Like I said, we want to try to get this one up to 85 backers, 24-25. Very, very, very manageable results, especially since it's his last hour. So I would love to see some pledges coming through. I'd love to see this happen so that he could just go, cool, I want to go and chill out now. Because he deserves it. He has to put up with me, and he has to put up with Dan. He's got a rough life, everybody. And he runs marathons. so his nipples are like flat as a board now. So, yeah.
There's ways to prevent that, and I definitely practice those. I went and ran 5 miles before this podcast, so when we came on, I was just fucking pouring sweat and trying to clean off because I finished my 5 miles, took the world's quickest shower, but you know, like that Seinfeld episode, it didn't take, so I was still letting the sweat go. So we still have one of the graded copies, and then I also have the tier where you can donate books to soldiers. So one of my add-ons that's available is through Operation Gratitude. And if you back for that tier, you can do it as a digital. If you back digital or physical, you do that tier and it sends 2 copies of the book to soldiers, as well as I match whatever pledge. So if someone does that, it sends issues 1 and 2 from the backer, as well as a copy of them from me. So it's something that we get back. When I did issue 1, we had 36 books that got sent, and 18 of those were Immortal Era trades. So they got Immortal Era trades and copies of issue 1 of Corruptor, 18 of those. So I'm hoping to get a few more people onto that. I think we have about 7 or 8 this time. So, you know, that'll send some books to soldiers, but the more the better. So if you're unsure, get yourself a digital copy and send some books to soldiers, because it's a rough, tedious life for them out there. They don't have a lot of entertainment. So if we can get some books in their hands, all the better. And if any of the people out there want to also donate some books, if you want to send books my way, I would be happy to put it in the care package and get your name on there with that. Because I figure if we can just load up a fat box, because my last box was like 35 pounds of books that went off to soldiers, and that was a good feeling. So I'd love if any indie creators out there that are watching this, you want to, you know, get some books sent that way. I can, you know, you can contact me through Messenger, and I'd be happy to include more books, and that way get your name in there when we get the big thank you certificate.
That's freaking awesome. That is so I love that idea. I really do. I wish we would see more of that, but I love that idea. Everybody, please jump on for that. Like, I shouldn't even have to sell it at this point. That's an amazing. I love that idea. Let's meet some creators though.
All right. So here's the creators. You got me. You know me. I've written. Immortal Era has been the primary book I've written. This is now my second book outside of it, and then, you know, we also have Cthulhu, where I have a really fun story in that one. Cesar Oliveira, he does the artwork for Immortal Era and also came over to this book, so he works on these 2 books with me. Paris Wells, he does all of the colors, and he's from Nigeria, and he lives in a place where he said comic books are very much looked down upon, but he still decided to be a comic creator, and I'm seeing his improvement as he's going along. And then, of course, we got Dan. He does the letters for this book. He does the letters for Immortal Era. And then Aaron Dowen does the editing for this one. Chuck does the editing for Immortal Era. So when we come back on this again, and we're talking Immortal Era, Chuck does the editing for that one. And then
I'll take that one over too. Why not?
And then stretch goals, we've unlocked. At this point, we've unlocked the first magnet, but I ordered 2, so you'll get 2 regardless. I'll send you both magnets because I ordered them, and whether we hit that 25 or not, we'll call it close enough, and you're going to get guaranteed to get 2 magnets in your envelope with all your books.
So everyone, and at the very least, share the project out, show it off, especially, you know, like, well, actually, not especially anyone, everybody, but, you know, those of you guys in here as well, share it off on your socials, show it off, show everybody if you haven't before. Corruptor has just over half an hour left, 38 minutes. Yeah, so let's see if we can get it over that mark. So awesome. Ed, thank you so much, Hoey. I appreciate you. Next person who has the least time, but way more than an hour, Brian.
Yes.
You've got, what is it, Steel Victory?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go look at, are you able to do the same thing he did?
I have absolutely no idea what he did.
Yeah, I bet, right? Fucking I don't either.
You you just hit present, and then one of the choices, let me walk through it again. You go share screen, and it'll pull up. If you have it as one of your tabs, you can share that tab.
Let's find out. All right, can we see it?
Yeah. Well, actually, we see your porn. Switch tabs.
Oh no!
Not again.
Crazy robot porn.
Yeah, so this is Steel Victory. And yeah, as you can see, I've got 4 whole days to go. I'll show you some of the art. So this is just a promo just for the Kickstarter. You actually see very little of the Super Sentai material in the book. It's more in the background, sort of tangential to what happens in the story. There are some history stuff. As you can see, I've got kind of a paperback cover, men's adventure look here. I've got 2 covers that I'll be getting out for it. I've got a couple of stickers that go with it. This is my very obvious mashup of 2 very famous characters. And his name is Gorillazard. And there's the sticker of the Victory, which is the robot in the bay. I've got a bookmark, a little reversible number.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's cool. So it like flips over and it's reversible. And then yes, and I've got the Create Your Own Kaiju Award. So, you know, pending my approval, you know, come up with just about anything and I'll turn it into a kaiju. And yeah, so this little poster, this is kind of the first image that I came up with for the story before I'd even written it. I just kind of dreamed it weirdly and wanted to draw this robot in the bay and this guy and his classic cars.
I love that.
Classic cars.
Yeah, that's a nice image. That's good.
Yeah, turned him in. Yeah, so then I kind of filled out a story that sort of worked with it and sort of touched on the things I love, noir and yeah. So here's some of the art pages. I got some monsters. Yeah, and I am offering as add-ons my Gravesitter number 1 and 2, so people can pick that up. I do have those available. And let me show you. I did a little animation. I did that. And I want to show you, so I did do something for Cthulhu as a special offer. If you are a backer for both Cthulhu and Steel Victory, you can get this print that I made sent out to you. So yeah, it's
cool.
like an official cross promotion between Cthulhu Invades Grim Fairy Tales and Steel Victory. You got 4 days to get it. Just get the print version of both, and I'll pop this in the box as I send the comic out to you.
Nice. I can't wait for mine.
Dude,
Yes.
that's so badass.
Thank you. Yeah. So
Gang, for those of you out there who have already signed up for Cthulhu, grab yourself some Steel Victory and get that amazing freaking print.
yeah.
I can't imagine, it's for physical backers, right?
Yeah, so you know, to cover for the shipping of it, I would need to make sure I'm shipping it, you know, out to you.
So you're talking like what, $10-15 and they'll get the print
Yeah,
as well?
Yep, absolutely.
Guys, he's giving it away. What are you people doing? Come on,
You need
You
both
got
books anyway, so what are you waiting for?
right?
I just want to say that drawing cars is hard. So you did a really great job with your vehicles and the screenshots that I saw.
I don't know what it is. I like to draw classic cars in comics. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's like it has to be like my first comic I ever tried to draw. I was like, no, this character's got to have a Stingray, and I got to draw it from every angle. So I like went to the hobby store and bought a little Stingray model. Just because I had to do it, you know, and I don't know why. I'm not like, I don't own a classic car. I just love drawing them.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I have this collection of models. They're about this big of cars because they're hard to draw. So when you have to look at them at different angles and stuff like that, you just grab a
Smart.
model and you can see what they look like. Yeah.
That's just smart, though. That's the way to do it.
Yep.
All right, people. We're at 1069 on this one. and we said that we were going to get up to 1080. So let's share that out. Get them at least 2 more backers. We can do this again. It is for the love of comics. It's so that you guys get your hands on an awesome, awesome story, and it's to fuck over Travis. It is a trifecta of awesomeness. I shouldn't have to explain this to you people, but I am again. So you're welcome. Do you have anything else? Like, are there any other awesome things that you want to show off where this is concerned?
Well, I mean, I didn't really. Yeah, this was weird. So I had just finished a campaign, and then I just went ahead and I was like, I got this one ready, and then I just popped it out there without much fanfare, which I'm learning is not a great way to handle a Kickstarter. But you know,
not so much.
So, you know, but this is my 3rd in a row. I basically started in March. You know, I was like, okay, I got some stuff done. Let me throw it out in the world. Mostly, I'm just enjoying networking, meeting people, doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm happy to have reached my goal here. I'll have comics with me as I go to conventions, and really that's my thing. But I'd love to send you guys out, you know, whatever copies you want. I've got 2 covers here, and I hope I can get to printing both of them. That would be great, and then I'd have those options for you.
How many? So you said you kickstarted 3 books this year?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, so I did so I did Gravesitter 1 and 2, and then I did this one.
Wow. How many pages is this book?
22 pages. All my books are about 21, 22 pages.
And is this a one shot, or are we going to get more out of it?
Ideally 3 issues in total. I might, you know, as I edit, I may decide to combine depending on the popularity of this. If I need to do like a slightly larger issue, but maybe wrap it up, who knows? But I was having fun drawing the world, and I could do more stories as they go. But yeah, I've still got a couple more comics and a bunch more projects that just popped up on my horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one more backer.
Okay, so here's the question for you. Oh, did we get? Yeah. Whoever that was, thank you. You're making Travis look bad, and you're doing good by Brian. We appreciate it. Keep it up, everybody. Okay, here's one. If you could be a Transformer and transform into any classic car, what would it be?
The Stingray.
It would be the Stingray? Coolest. See, I love the Stingray, but I don't think I would make any sense as a Stingray. like I feel like I would be a Stingray, and then I would transform into myself, and then be like, really? Huh? Maybe turn back into the car.
It's all your attitude. That's all it is.
Okay, and actually, Ed, we were talking about demons before. I wanted to have a question for all of you guys, a fun question. So, if you could be any demon from across the spectrum of made-up evil characters, who would you be?
Oh, man. Let me think.
And by the way, if any of you guys have answers of your own for these, because Stoney seems excited, jump in. Like if you have a Transformer that you think.
Go first, because I'm trying to think.
Stoney's been praying to one forever, so he's got it ready.
Yeah. You know, I've always been partial to Azazel, specifically from X-Men, but like any incarnation of that dude has been a lot of fun. So I think I got to start there.
Wasn't Azazel the one that was in it was a great movie. Denzel Washington, Fallen. Yeah. That was Azazel, right? That was badass. So okay, I feel you there. Anybody else have Transformers or demons for us?
I feel like I'd be a Hyundai or something if I was a Transformer. You're a basic ass car for a basic ass dude. So yes, I'm stuck as the Hyundai.
Right. I think I'd be like a Vespa. Like I'll get you there eventually, but we'll have fun on the way.
Yeah, I mean, if you change the oil and maintain me, I'll give you some mileage. But you know, I'm not going to do anything flashy.
Right. You're not picking up chicks on me.
No. I mean, I'm not a chick magnet, but I can drive your date somewhere. I mean, we have
There's some-
functionality, just no flash.
There are some very subtle egos right here.
I'm glad you're picking up on that.
Those are the best Transformers, though, because they don't gather a lot of attention, so you can kind of like, you know, under the radar kind of
Right.
get around.
Trade for cassette tape, right? Like
That's
that's
right.
that's the one you want to be.
You're like, no big rig looks that awesome. That's definitely Optimus Prime.
See, my favorite Transformers era was Beast Wars, and so I
Oh.
would have been something like a panda, or you know, a sloth, or something completely banal.
So what was that? Was that Carmine Infantino who decided that if your cover had a gorilla on it, it would sell like 10 times as much? Like
I
that's
believe-
what
yeah.
Beast Wars is to me. You know, like
He had like 10 things that if they were on a cover, it
yeah,
would sell so well.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
I
Beast
believe
Wars.
2 of them were breasts.
Oh wow.
Yeah, left and right.
I think
Yeah.
every artist in the '90s got that memo.
And beyond. Have you looked at Kickstarter lately, homie?
Oh, I know. That's
I
all
guess so. Yeah, they just managed to take the clothing off them on Kickstarter. Like
I
they
don't-
couldn't do that in the '90s, but doesn't Penthouse make comics now? So I guess they even got the memo.
I was
You know?
surprised to enter the culture at this point and be like, oh, okay.
That's still a thing, huh?
And we all know if we remove the tops from our characters, we'd sell more books. But it's like, all right, do we have integrity? Because you know, you watch people jump into the stratosphere of of sales by doing those not safe for work covers, and it's like, yeah, man, like there's the temptation.
Well, no, that's why I did the Demon book, because most of them don't have tops, and even if you took the tops off, it wouldn't change anything. So that's fine,
Nobody's gonna. You're not gonna make 50 grand on that. Sorry.
right?
Misunderstood
Hey.
the assignment of taking my top off to sell comics, and
Yeah.
that didn't work. So
I'm
Yeah,
not judging it. I'm not judging it. I have a female character, and I suppose I could make like a more pin-up-y cover for it. I can't imagine though, like removing the clothes on this character. You know, like I
Yeah.
don't like that's the thing I'm not like connecting with. I guess.
I
Yeah,
think-
I guess that's the difference.
Yeah.
It's like pinups one thing because that there's nothing wrong with that. But the moment you're like, you know what, we're letting this character go full Playboy, then
Yeah, I'm just
you're
not connecting
changing
with
the
it.
whole-
But
the whole vibe of the book. And I mean, my book's not for kids, but it's not for kids for other reasons. And yeah, that's a line I won't cross.
just the violence.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have decapitated heads. There's gonna be severed arms. I mean, limbs
Yeah.
will cross. The clothes
I
will
suppose-
stay on in the process.
I suppose we're just being puritanical or something about
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Well, I think there's a
People-
place for
youth
not
violence
safe
is
for
cool. They don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
I think there's a place for not safe for work comics, and but taking a safe for work comic and making not safe for work covers.
Yeah. I mean, I always had a dream of like
Yeah.
getting a heavy metal gig or something like when I was because those were important to me as a kid. But they also had the coolest creators from Europe.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
and like if you got a hold of a Metal Hurlant, you know, you were like, oh, that's the real stuff. You know, like
Mhm.
yeah. So I don't know.
I had
No
someone
jerk.
who's trying to join, but I have to track down the link.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do that while also chatting, while doing it on the computer because I don't want to. It's fun. You guys should all do this every chance you get. By the way, Ed, you're up to 84 backers. We're almost there.
Nice.
And did you see? I didn't see the cash number. You might be over. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, you are. We were looking
Okay.
for 24.25. You're at 24.46.
Sweet. So
Nice.
we crushed one goal. We got now someone just needs to throw $1 at it, and we've hit it. But please buy a book for soldiers. Don't even think about me.
Yeah.
It's a book in their hands.
Oh, excuse me. All right. Where's this effing link? Come on, Travis. I
On a
love
side note, I was able to go up to my father's house in upstate New York, and he has a whole box of my Transformers from when I was a kid. So I grabbed a few Gen 1 toys
the die
from up
cast, or-
there. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You're not making any money on that, Dad.
I'm just going to take some of
Out the
these.
way, I have 2 shelves of G1 Transformers above my head.
Oh
Nice.
man, we could never afford them. So I had
They're mostly the
Starscream. That was the
reproduction
one I
ones,
had.
not the originals, but they look the right way.
Yeah.
I have a few originals, but yeah, it's like I bought anytime they did the reproduction lines, I would grab them. So I got the Gun Megatron reproduction because they won't even redo that one again. So that one's kind of the crown.
Oh,
jewel.
yeah.
Even a reprint of that one goes for a lot because they'll never do a functional, realistic looking gun for kids toy again.
Yeah, unlikely.
Unless they're food grade.
I do like that. All right. Now, who do we got up next? Matt, do you have a project, right?
I do.
Are you able to show
yeah, I
it
can
off the
bring it
way
up.
the other two gentlemen did?
Yeah, so present, right?
That's what they said.
Mm,
And then share
You have to have it in one
screen.
of your tabs, and you'll be able to throw it up there.
okay, got it. Okay, cool. Everybody can see?
We will in just a second. I have
Okay.
to do my part. There we are. All right, cool.
Okay.
Hey, so it was yours. I was looking at that real quick, and I was moving from watching you guys to looking over there, and those eyes look like tits. And I was like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, they're eyes.
Not
Okay.
safe for work, right?
Subliminal.
Dude. See, it's smart because you're using NSFW tactics without
Mhm.
while still having a safe for work book.
Yeah, I didn't think
Smart.
about that.
Smart.
I'll take the credit for being smart.
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
Matt, I
Intentional.
don't know enough about computer language. What is the error ID10T?
Yeah, so I guess it's a joke within the IT community. So
Because it says idiot, right?
idiot error, yeah. So you know,
Oh, yeah, of course it
if
does.
you're like, if you come to your IT guy and like, oh, my computer's not working, and he can see like, just ran out of batteries, he might go like, oh, yeah, you got a ID10T error there. So it's just kind of like an in joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you
so I
in
don't know,
tech?
what's that?
Are you in
not
tech?
at all.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
not. No. Yeah. No. There's like a bunch of techie stuff in this book, and I do not know anything about tech, so I just kind of, just Wikipedia and kind of make it up as I go along. This is the campaign. Like I said, it's issue 3. So it's as you can see, very weird story. And this guy right here is the AI character. And then below here is Bradley, who's the guy who created the AI. In this issue, Bradley's found himself as like this lead technician at this kind of AI robot startup within Toronto, and the AI is kind of meanwhile being dissected to like discover its secrets of its source code and like what makes it tick. It's just the artist on it his name is Otávio Colino. He's from Brazil, and he's been doing it since issue 3 with me. Our colorist is Kay Wooliser, and letterer is Frank Sekovic. And here we go. Here's our cover right here, and then down below we have the titty cover, variant cover by John Berg. I got a bunch of rewards. Here they are. You can get a digital version of the book just for $7. If you're new to the series, you can go for the complete series digital. So here's all 3 issues digitally just for 21 Canadian. Or you can get the complete series in print, which is 45 Canadian. So like, I don't know, I think that's about $30 or so in US funds. And then I got to add on here another anthology that I did called Everyday Fears, of like slice of life horror comedies. Yeah, and we got some original art too. So, oh, this is a cool thing. Atavio will draw you into the book for
Ooh,
115 Canadian. So you'll be drawn into the book. You'll get the book as well. You'll get a free print with it. And then yeah, we got some original art. So I think
which
it's cool
for
that
those of you
John Berg.
who don't get the exchange rate, 115 to have yourself drawn into the comics is actually really good.
Yeah, that's a good
Um,
price.
Yeah, like what are you guys doing in America? Is it anywhere usually from like 75 to like $1.50 and up? American?
I've seen people as high as 300 for that one.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
last
so
book, my last book I charged 150, but that was to keep the
Travis.
numbers down. I got 10 people the first time I did it.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah, I've only got
Oh,
one
no,
person so
okay.
far. Oh, sorry, what was that?
Oh no, I was making fun of Travis. He said, "Wait,
Okay.
how am I live?"
Huh.
All right.
Is he
So-
in the movie texting?
I think he just got out probably. That's my guess, is that he got out and he decided, I'm gonna watch as I drive.
Okay.
Watch, don't
Sick.
text, my friend.
Yeah, he
I've
he
done
told
that
me to
before.
ping you when I was like, because I was expecting a link from him and I didn't
Yeah.
see it. So I saw you guys were running and I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
Oh, we got you, homie. How much time do you have left on yours?
Oh, me, I just started today, so I've got like
Okay, great.
I'm doing
Okay,
a
great.
2-week
Cool.
campaign for my volume 1 of my book.
Yeah, Travis, watching or even going live while you're in your car is very dangerous, and I would not recommend it. Okay, so cool. So far, I haven't seen any movement on this one, guys. It's still 1635, 73 backers. So I'd like to
Oh.
see this one pumped up.
Yeah, if you want to be
Um,
in the book, like you said, like doesn't cost that much.
Right?
And yeah, the original art is
115
kind of like the same
Canadian.
deal, like 100.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap. You're actually in the book, or is this you get a pay illustration from the book?
Yeah, you're actually in the book. So
Wow.
yeah, here I think there's an example here. Oh, I'm not sure. Let me change my screen.
Yeah, that's a good price.
I
I
can-
sold for more, but usually I have to. Usually I'm offering like bigger parts, so people are in there for like several pages, and they'll pay more.
Okay.
But that's a good
Yeah.
price for being in the book.
Yeah, I mean it's
I've
like
never done that
yeah,
low.
you can see like each of these people right here were in the first issue, and I think they got like at least one panel, maybe one or two. So yeah, I think it's cool. And then the original art, like as well, isn't like a super ton of money. It's 115.
Oh, for the-
You get
for the
that
cover?
plus the book. What's that?
For the cover, it's 115.
For like an interior page, it's 115, and then for the B cover, I think that is 270.
The-
270.
Okay.
Which one's the
that's-
original
Mine
art?
was about 250, so the same thing. So I guess with 250 US, but it also mine comes with a poster and it's the variant cover. So their prices are amazing. They're really
Yeah,
good.
they are, yeah.
I'm seeing you say that. I'm like, okay, you have amazing prices, and someone out there should be thinking they need that cover for their wall.
Yeah.
And needs to go
Yep.
back
Right.
that.
I kept
So-
them low because I wanted people to actually grab it. Like if
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd made it this unattainable thing, then maybe I don't think anybody would buy it, even though it would
Right.
like put me up higher. But I'd rather have it lower and like more people buy it.
Yeah, and
Not with
they'll
the
go
cover,
because
obviously.
both my original art pages sold weeks ago. So if you put them at a reasonable price, they're going to sell, and it's nice that someone gets them out there. And I've had someone send me a picture of how they displayed it in their office and things like that. You're like, all right, that's what you want to see. Someone that can afford it and really loves and enjoys seeing it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's an example of somebody who is in the book. This guy right here. So yeah, you can see like you're in it. So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
your
I think that's
pages
the
look
coolest
really
reward
good.
we have.
That's freaking awesome. Okay, so I think
Thanks.
what we're gonna do, we're gonna stop this one right now because the Corruptor literally has 5 minutes left. No,
Wow.
12?
Let me see. Yeah, 12.
Okay. Well, still, it does not have much. So why don't we put that one up? We're going to push the crap out of it for 12 minutes.
All right.
Why not just run out the clock, right?
We'll have a
And
party.
actually,
Countdown.
right before we do that one, I have to find a question for Matt. So, Matt, I do. That sounds like a fun world. Are those all, like all the issues? Is it all kind of one and done in each issue, or is it an ongoing story?
So the first issue is one and done. It was supposed to
Okay.
just be one and done, but then I kind of had more ideas. I wanted to go further with it. So
Yeah.
issues 2 and 3 are kind of one story, but then yeah, they all tie in together. And issue 3 is the last one. This will like complete the entire story. So if you back like the digital catch up or the print catch up, you will get the complete story for this.
Is that Golden Burrito Award winner Stoney Williams? I don't know, but it's too late. I haven't smoked yet, and I'm still hungry for a golden burrito. So don't tempt me. Not cool, buddy. Not cool, Cole. So our question for you, Matt, and again, anyone can answer. I'm having fun with everyone's concepts. If you had to become a cyborg and be stuck in any robot from any books, whatever, movies, TV shows, what robot would you be stuck in? What robot body?
Does Lee Majors count? I mean,
I think he's. I think he's mostly
I have Farrah Fawcett and.
The first name that just jumped into my mind, probably not the optimal one, but Inspector Gadget.
I mean, he is a
I would be
cyborg,
better
right?
than him. I would have more control. I wouldn't be like screwing up all the time. I'd get my stuff together.
Get saved by your niece all the time.
Yeah. No, I'd have my shit under control.
I would want to be like an R2-D2, but I love like when they did R2-D2 on Family Guy. It was oh my gosh, who did the voice for? I forget which character it was, but absolutely hilarious. And he's like screwing around and talking about smoking weed and shit. I was just like, you know what? I would love to be a badass little R2 unit. I would be okay with that. And having the little like taser and shit, I would, yeah. I would probably roll around as an R2 unit. Real quick, Brian, what's the name of tell us real quick about your book and what brought you here tonight.
You mean Ben?
Or not Brian, sorry, Ben. I apologize.
Well, I'm doing the collection of Shark of War, the first 5 issues.
Okay.
I saw that pop up. Yeah.
I put it on the link. Yeah, I've done the first 5 issues. Well, I've actually on issue 7. I've finished 7 issues, but I decided to collect the first 5, which are basically the first story arc, and put it in a hardcover book. So that's what I've got going right now.
And you're only doing a 13-day.
A 14-day, but yeah,
14-day
I've already got the book done. Everything's done because it's collecting the thing, and I'm not really sure that that going to a 30-day campaign for something like this is worth it. So when I do an individual comic, I usually do a 30-day campaign.
Right.
So I thought for doing the collection. I'm going to get what I get at the start, and then I'll get some at the end, and then the middle is probably going to be really, I don't expect a lot in the middle. So
yeah,
I didn't know if I saw a big point in trying to do a long campaign. Especially since I want to get Shark of War 8 going too. So
right. So we're giving everyone numbers that we want to hit. So everybody today, this one currently, Shark of War 1 through 5 is at $1,1700 or $1,017, and we're at 23 backers. So we just want to help as much as we can. We want to bump that up to 25 backers. We're gonna get you 2 more backers, and we want you to at least be 1030. We like those round numbers. I know Travis and his round numbers.
That'd be cool.
Oh, thank you, Matt. I appreciate the links being there. I'm going to leave them there because I can't do a lot with them right now, but they'll be there for when Travis gets here and you can start showing them off. In the meantime, like I said before, so we have the numbers for Shark of War now. We have a better idea of what that one's about. Let's go back to the Corruptor. And we're going to try to finish this one out as big as possible. We wanted for Corruptor 85 backers, and we wanted to hit 24-25. I know he went above the cash, which good.
Yes.
But let's see about that backer count. I said 85, and I was pretty adamant about that. And I think we're only at 84 still. Yeah. So we've got 6 minutes to get one more backer. I don't know who it is, but beware, especially for the Canadians around here. If you do it and I see you in public, I'm probably going to give you a big wet smooch on the cheek. So, yeah. My suggestion, live far away. It's less likely I'm going to see you. Or if you do want that kiss, what's up? So let's say that.
I'm sure I can give a California kiss if they so desire, but you know, if former Hyundai, how much do you want that shit?
California kiss sounds like a weird sex move involving like a vegan and something happening during hot yoga. Like I don't really have it all together, but
no, I think that's just the Hollywood kiss. That's the bullshit.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So
we're not all Bikram yoga, wolfing down on our tofu.
So you've got 5 minutes left. What's up, Finnegan? 5 minutes left. We need that one more backer at least. Can you let us know? Give us another solid pitch for the Corruptor.
All right. So Corruptor, it's the story of a mafia hitman who gets a job that he should have said no to, and his boss implores him to not take this job, and to take the job anyway. There's a big reveal that's going to come in issue 3, so you want to read issue 2 as to why he actually took that job, and it wasn't just ego. But he takes this job. The job ends up being the job to kill his own sister. He refuses to do that, and when he walks away, he dooms himself, and he gets killed by the man who took the job out on him. That man's known as the Rat. That's the only way we know him in the book. The Rat took the job out. He put the hit in so that he knew Tony would either have to kill his own sister and mess with his head, or he would fail and he would get to kill him. Well, both people end up dying in the end. Tony dies, the Rat dies, and Tony gets recruited by Hell. He's told, you have a choice, suffer for an eternity or work for us. So he decides to take a job with the boss, Satan himself, and works with Satan to corrupt souls before everyone stops dying. Because in this world, it's set in the same universe as Immortal Era, so immortality is inevitable, and it's going to be happening. So they want to get as many souls as they can before that happens. But in his adventures, Tony becomes recruited by Heaven to use him for what he was best at in life, killing. So they want him to be a corruptor, a hitman that kills other corruptors. And Tony now sits torn between these two worlds. What is he going to do? He also encounters the Rat. We see him on the cover, but the Rat, in his time since death, has become much more powerful than Tony, and Tony's really forced to make a decision. He has to either continue working for Hell or betray the contract he signed, and if he chooses to betray that contract, there's going to be huge repercussions, and we're going to have to see what happens. So this is issue 2. It's a planned 4-issue miniseries, so we're at our halfway point, and Tony sits at the end of this issue in the crossroads, and we'll see whatever direction he picks and the consequences that come from the choice of his direction. So this one, it's been successfully funded, but you can still get in there, grab yourself a digital copy, a standard issue, and you can also, if you buy a digital copy, send some books to soldiers out there, give them something fun to read when they're deployed overseas.
There we go. And by the way, you got your 85 backers. You're at 24.55. So we wrecked that one. Travis, one book down, and what do we got? 4 more to go. One of them being his. But in the meantime, I want to keep an eye on it just because, again, 2 minutes to go. I'm excited to see it. So, demon. Anybody else have a favorite demon while we're talking about the Corruptor? It's tough. I know.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to think, and I had to do some research so I could, actually name one of the demons who's in charge of the afterlife marketplace. I had to actually find a real demon's name so that we know, okay, he's a demon known for deception. Not that any of them are known for their great honesty, but he's specifically known for that. And he tells Tony, yeah, go in, make your choice, get whatever you want. I promise it won't hurt. And of course, if you're extracting a piece of your soul, there's no way that that's going to be a pleasant experience, even if it's a small bit. But yeah, Tony finds out the hard way. And oh, see, I was about to start spoiling shit. The more I talk about my book, the more I end up spoiling something for somebody. And I'm like, shit, that would have been a big reveal. But yeah, let's just say that in my stories, if you've read Immortal Era, you know that we will have those kind of calm issues, but they always lead to something where things go completely haywire. And issue 3 is going to be your absolutely haywire issue where shit goes down.
And you know what? You're lucky because you have literally, as of right now, you have 1 minute left to talk.
All right.
So if you're good and smart, you're not going to end up giving anything away. But you have less than a minute. If you really want to, you could Tom Holland the fuck out of this. So it's your call.
All right. So let's share it so we can watch the little fireworks when it hits that 1 minute.
Yeah.
All right. So Corruptor, it's a mafia hitman. So if you like mafia stories, if you like stories about hitmen and the mob, we have this in there. And we find out that in the afterlife, heaven and hell are kind of just like the mob was in the real life for Tony. He still has to listen to a boss. He still has to do jobs, and he still doesn't have much real freedom in the world. So, oh man, mine says 7 hours to go. My clock's all fucked up. Well, we're at 5 more seconds, so we're going to see the end of everything.
Refresh.
Yeah, I'll try to refresh it, but like I said, my clock's off, so it's going to think I still have hours to go. But now, here we go. It is officially ended. And we hit that 85 backer. So Chuck sent us 2 requests. We hit them both. And yeah, just those who backed it, I appreciate you so much. I thank you for helping this book continue. And yeah, I can promise you, if you enjoy issues 1 and 2, issue 3 is going to be a completely haywire one with a few gigantic for Immortal Era snuck in there as Easter eggs. There's going to be 1 or 2 panels in issue 3 that are going to be holy shit moments for Immortal Era readers, and Corruptor readers will just be like, okay, that guy is really fucked up, and he continues to be. But if you've read Immortal Era, the reveals are even bigger. So it's one of those things I tell people, you don't have Immortal Era to understand this. They function in their own universe. But if you do read Immortal Era, you'll get to enjoy all the little Easter eggs I throw in there. And then with issue 12 of Immortal Era, we actually get our first bits of Corruptor that seep into the book. So we see characters from Corruptor sneak into that universe. And Chuck's looking at that one right now. So that's the book Chuck's working on at this moment.
Like, literally, like, I can show you guys literally. All right, come on. Now the page is like refreshing because it's Google Docs. And I'm like, don't make me look bad, Google Docs. I've been doing my work. They're like, where are my notes? I know they're nearby. Immortal Era 12 notes. And there's not a lot.
That's always good. But I always send it through so many. You get it, like, you get 12th draft before it even goes to you. And you make sure my turners work. You caught my one big error, and that was misnumbering a page. And I'm fucking notorious for that. So it's like, I hate that I do it because I just decided to structure it, and when I added the epilogue, it changed all my page counts, and I'm the worst at renumbering them, as you witnessed, and it's not the first time, unfortunately, but we made it work. And, you know, I try to get a nice clean draft to my editors, so their job is easy. They just get to make sure, all right, make sure those turners work, because you're on me about that, and
I am.
appreciate it. And it's like, all right, this isn't a good turner, but most of the time the notes are small, which means if the notes are huge, then I know I sent you a too early of a draft.
Right. Well, and it was funny because then you were like, when I told you, I got like a message back. You were like, I worked so hard on my turn pages. And I was like, yeah, and now none of them are turn pages.
Yeah.
It's going
I
to
was
be
like,
awesome,
he'll
though.
not catch me this time. He's not going to catch me. And I'm like, you spoke too soon, sir. You
He
went and fucked
frickin'
up
caught
the
me.
numbering, and Chuck will catch you.
I mean, it's literally my job to catch you. But we end up putting out freaking awesome books. So maybe that's for the best. And I have a guest here. Oh, you know what? I guess I'll let this guy in, but I'm not sure. I wish there was like a real bouncer here, but I'll do it.
Oh, this shit is dark.
Dark.
Good evening,
It's
gentlemen.
dark.
Hold on. I'm gonna fix it.
What's up, Ichthus? How you doing, buddy? We currently are hanging out with some awesome creators here. I'm not going to give out the numbers yet because who are we catching? We're catching Travis. Travis and I are just about to do a switch over.
Are we-
Trav, we just
You're
did.
here.
Ed just finished.
Okay.
We wanted to get him 3 backers, and we wanted to get him to 24, 25. He actually ended up at 85 backers, so he did get the 3 exactly, and he ended up like 40 or 50 bucks above what we tried to. Yeah.
That fucking guy. Yeah.
Yep. So what else do I have here? Ben, that's for Shark of War 1 through 5. We're trying to get him. I think he's at, how many backers are you at right now, Ben?
Got me. Let's see. I haven't
I know,
updated. I haven't updated in the last 5 minutes. So
That's the nice thing about being online. Ichthus, good to see you, man.
23 backers still.
Okay, so 23 backers. Our aim for that one, because
23.
again, round numbers for Travis. We're looking for 25 backers, and you're currently at how much?
23.
No,
All right.
I mean money. Sorry.
Oh,
Bring up-
10-17.
All right. Hold on.
So we're aiming for 10:30.
Hold on. Shut the fuck up. Here, look, you motherfuckers. I went to a movie. Chuck was supposed to have this fucking handled, and no, you fuckers are letting me down. Now Chuck thinks I'm a loser and that I can't pull off getting Ben a couple of fucking backers. It's embarrassing to me. Look, I'm allowed to go to a fucking movie now and then, guys. Really, like I saw Facebook,
Ooh.
like shit. Like So what I'm gonna do, just for you guys, I'm gonna give you one shot because I wasn't here. I'm gonna share it out to try to get Ben the 2 fucking backers. And why is he giving 2 anyways? I'm down to 1. I'm late. It's a rough economy, but Chuck is just fucking doing whatever the fuck he wants since I'm gone. So let's see what we can do with Ben. Ben, I'm sorry that this happened to you. Let's see what we can do to get
To be fair, Ben came in late.
Yeah, I was expecting the link from you. That's why I was like, "Where's the link?"
I'm blaming it on Ben.
Yeah. Okay, my fault.
Okay, what are you, my wife?
We were supposed to have Tyler here. What happened to Tyler? Did Tyler get scared?
I didn't hear anything. Yeah.
Oh, people get scared.
Ooh.
They saw Chuck was here and they're like, fuck, I'm out. Charlie was supposed to be here. Where's Charlie?
No, Charlie.
Fuck.
I think. Did you tell people that I was showing up? Because that's my suspicion.
I didn't.
They're like, oh, fuck Chuck. No. I thought we were gonna have a nice night.
All right.
I'm out.
All right. We got to share the shit. Hold on. I got to share it out. And maybe if I fix Facebook, Chuck has been working on a handicap. Like, remember that time that Joe Biden and Trump talked about handicaps? Same situation right here. This is exactly what's happening. He doesn't have full access to everything, so I'm gonna fix that real quick.
And to be fair, people, I'm handicapped normal, so it's like a double handicap. It is not fair.
We're streaming on mine, right? What's the hell? I don't even see it.
So yeah, I got numbers for every. Actually, we've been doing okay. We've got. Has everyone gotten some backers so far except for Ben? Nope. Matt hasn't gotten any backers yet. We were able to get Brian a backer, and I want to assume that we got Cthulhu backers, but I haven't looked.
I think so.
It was at, I believe it's at 396. Because I have it, I wanted to aim for 400 again, just to. Oh, I don't think we did anything. Yeah, no, we didn't do anything.
All right. I shut off our handicap. We can now see Facebook messages. So that's
Yay!
good. Well, good. I fixed our handicap here. I'm going to share some links out through the thing. So Shocker War needs some backers. I can't.
Yeah.
I wanted to chill out, maybe watch some prior Aliens tonight, but now I got to get fucking Matt backers. I got to get bet, and you did shit for me. What about Brian? Brian, are you rich and famous yet?
I got one backer.
Okay. How many did he?
He's rich-ish.
How many did he promise you?
Spirit. He promised me 2.
That
Thanks.
motherfucker. Why would he do that?
I did that mostly on me. I wanted to see if we could hit numbers, but I ended up spending a lot of time on Corruptor because it was its last hour.
Yeah.
So I'll stop hogging the spotlight. I've met my goals. I mean, I'm pleased.
Now we're blaming Ed.
I'll take the full responsibility. I came in, I fucking hijacked the show. I saw Travis on, so I realized he can't fuck with me today. He can't make me feel bad because he's watching Aliens, and I took advantage of Chuck. I apologize.
First off,
we did get a backer right now on Cthulhu. So
Nice.
well, hold on. I got to yell at Ed for a minute. Ed,
That's all right. I'm ready.
you showed how ignorant you are. It's Alien. It's
Okay.
Alien Romulus.
Yes.
It's not Aliens.
Okay,
That's
so
a
there's
sequel
no
by
plural.
James Cameron, and it just shows your ignorance. It just shows it all. But
All right, I admit my ignorance. I'm not gonna fight.
Dan's here. Matt's here. Matt has a great book. It has it's like Aliens. It's got idiot in the name, but hidden. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on. So I need to share. I need to know about all these campaigns. I need to share some shit up. Dan's here. Hi, how are you, Dan? It's good to see you.
I'm great, thank you.
It's just a wild night. I'm sorry that Chuck's fucking this all up.
I am royally.
I thought he would be a good host and be able to pull
Right,
this
I'll
off.
take the blame. Chuck, you're safe. You were pushing Corruptor. We got it there, but to make up for it, I went back to the idiot book. So
Okay.
That's the idiot book.
I will pay for it in blood. So that's what I'm here for.
All right. Matt,
You've got the best idiot book around.
Matt, should we call it the idiot book?
Take pride in that.
Is that offensive? Calling it the idiot book? Where are you at?
No, that's its name. That's what it's called. So.
And I didn't even know what it was until you said something.
No,
I was
it's
like,
highly intellectual, but that's his name.
ID10 that's interesting. Where'd you get that? And you're like, it's idiot. And I'm like, yep, and I am one.
I heard that you said it was,
that.
I heard you said it was boobs. That's what I heard.
It was boobs. I saw the. If you look at that picture and tell me that you don't see titties right away.
That's all I can see.
I try not to objectify other people's Kickstarter profiles.
It's become very easy, my friend. It's become very, very easy.
Boobs like the Naked Gun boobs. That they're just we can fill in the blanks. Every time everything I see reminds me of her kind of boobs, not real actual boobs.
All right, so I'm gonna. I shared out the idiot, so people got the idiot, so they can look on. By the way, guys, I don't share these links just for fun. So you got to click on them and give them money.
Yeah.
And Stoney, why have you not fixed this shit? Why is this thing gone awry? You've been here.
Next time, you should leave me in charge. See.
Ooh, holy shit, Stoney! You went right for the balls. Oh my gosh, my bearded brother.
This wouldn't have happened if I was in charge.
Wow. I'm like standing next to him, and I'm like, "Kumbaya, this is awesome!" And he just goes whoop and fucking punches
You know
me in
what
the
would
dick.
have happened? I would have been giving people's books away. That's
Yeah. Their backer count would have gone up, but somehow the money total went down.
yeah.
We're
I'm
gonna-
sorry to say it. I do have to run. I got some stuff going on here with my mom, but you guys are in way better hands now. And Trav, thank you so much for having me on, homie.
Well, I don't have my fucking list. All right, that's fine. I got this.
You
It's
want?
fine.
I got it right here. I can let you know.
Yeah, hand it to him through the screen. That's
I'll take a picture.
Just hand it up.
hand it over.
Stop bullying Stony.
So, are you ready for me to? Are you going to write down the numbers?
Hold on, I gotta share. It's Steel Victory. His hentai book hasn't got any stuff. It's hentai, right? Right,
It
Brian?
is.
If that
Super
gets me
hentai.
the money, it is hentai.
Yeah, it's hentai. All right, no,
Let's do
I'm not
it.
ready. I'm not ready. Hold on. I'll let you go. Look, I'm sorry this took longer. I wanted to talk about aliens after, with my friends. So it took longer. I don't have a piece of paper. Like, hold on.
You mean your friends other than us?
You are people who just use me for money. There are people who actually.
We can hear your opinion
Hold
on
on.
the aliens.
You guys
I
are
mean-
All right.
Chuck,
So, I wanted to get Ben up to 25 backers, 24 if you want, and 1030
Or 26.
for cash.
10:30.
Yeah, I think he's at like 1017 or something right now, so it's very doable.
So 1,030, not $10.30.
I mean, whatever you guys can afford, man. It's a tough economy out there.
Got him. All right, what do I owe Matt?
Kickstarter hasn't done
Matt,
pennies
I
yet.
don't even know Matt, Chuck. It's really embarrassing for Matt. Like Matt's just like, what the fuck is going on? I just replied to a Twitter thing. I don't know
So-
any of these.
It's okay. I'm being purposefully rough on Matt because he's Canadian and I know he can handle it. And I know that you would treat him like a second class citizen anyways because he's not a citizen.
Right.
So
I mean,
you're welcome.
we had Trump for
Say
4
sorry.
years. It's not our fault. We used to be very more inviting. It's all right.
Um,
What do we?
Matt is going first. I think he's at 73 backers. We want to get him up to 75
Okay.
and we want to get him up to 1650.
Okay. All right. And Brian.
Brian, he's at 50 backers right now, and I think he's at like 1069. So we want to get him up to 52 backers and 1080.
1080. Okay. And Ed.
Ed's done.
Mine closed.
That's done.
Ed beat his.
And
And
Ben. What about Ben? No, we got Ben. What about Cthulhu?
Cthulhu, we wanted to try to get up to 400 backers and 203050 or 2350.
Okay. All right. Bye, Chuck. You're good. I got this.
Thank you. You guys have a lovely time, and I will definitely catch you on the other side. My name is Chuck, and I give a fuck. Peace.
Love you, Chuck.
Now, how the fuck do I get out of here without ending the stream?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Here, I'll
I think
do.
just leave for
Sit.
Yeah, I think if you click the bottom, leave
Camera and the
studio,
mic.
just don't hit end stream. Hit leave studio. There. Okay. I apologize for the chaos tonight. None of this was supposed to happen. I don't know what happened. Like it was out of control. And Stony, I'm ashamed by you. You are the longest reigning member of Cthulhu Invades here. You should have had this shit handled, and you didn't.
I let you down. I apologize.
Not my fault.
So you're embarrassing to me and the whole community,
Right.
and you're out of Cthulhu fairy tales too.
I think that's fair. I think that's
Oh
fair.
man,
So
I got the boot, but my story's good. You don't want to lose that.
there's nothing I can do. All right, so let's look at these campaigns. I know it's late, but we're gonna get you motherfuckers some money. I shared some stuff out. I'm gonna try to keep Chuck's promises. I don't know what the fuck Chuck's doing. Let's see what we can do. So I'm gonna go with Steel Victory because that needs one. That's the easiest one to get right now. All right. So Brian,
Yes.
I know you've told people about this, but please tell people about
Yes.
this project one more time. I know they've seen it. We've been together for a long time, but tell them about this.
All right, so Steel Victory. That is a book I wrote and drew. It is a Super Sentai, think Power Rangers noir mashup. It takes place in San Francisco 15 years after an alien invasion. The giant robot that they're called the Champions used to pilot is still rusting in the harbor. My main character, Dorian West, used to be the Red Champion. Now he is a private investigator working in the city. And he is tasked with investigating one of his own ex-teammates. So it's a 3-issue series. This is number 1. I got a number of really exciting rewards for it. I think primarily I'd love to sell at least one more design your own kaiju.
Right?
I'm throwing it out there. You have an idea. It's probably weird. It's probably specific to you, but I will draw it and I will let you own that character. So it is yours. You'll get the original art. You'll walk away with it. I've got pages I set aside to have a kaiju battle. I've got one taker right now, one more, and I think I'll be happy.
So Ben,
Yeah.
I can solve all these problems here. You just have Shark of War be a kaiju and kill Brian's character, and then you guys are fine. Like nobody needs anything.
That's true.
It's a solved problem. Of course you need to go, Ed. You got your money and you're running. I understand.
Hey, I'm happy to talk about my Cthulhu story before I go, so we can get people buying that, because that I will work just as hard selling that as I was selling Corruptor books. So now I can
Tell
tell
them
people
about that book real quick, and we'll come back. I'm going to share Steel Victory while you're talking, and somebody's going to back this motherfucker because I don't have all night. I'm one of those guys that after I watch a movie, I then have to watch the Easter eggs so I can learn every little aspect about it, so I can prove that I'm smarter than the next guy in the room. It's important.
Sounds good. All right, so while we're looking at my story in the Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales is about the fisherman and his wife adapted into a story about the deep ones. So in the original Grimm's fairy tale, the fisherman finds a fish that is magical and talks, and he immediately lets it go. And when he gets home, his wife is pissed off at him. How could you let such a magical creature go? Go back, get that fish again, and get me some wishes. And her wishes get progressively greedier and greedier. And in her final wish, she wishes to be immortal, and then she gets back into losing all of her wishes. Well, in this story, instead of her getting greedier and greedier and eventually losing it all, every time she makes a wish, we see her become more and more of a deep one. So every wish she makes, she metamorphosizes just a little bit and becomes progressively more a deep one until the very end of the story. She's fully changed into a deep one. Her husband is left in just a complete nightmarish mess. And as we see in that picture, they work their powers to summon Cthulhu into the world.
All right. So that has been story. So if that helps you, encourage you to back Cthulhu Invades. Apparently I have to get 400 tonight. So we need 3 more backers for that. It's going to be a long night. So we'll see how that works out. But yes, Ed, go ahead. Leave. You take your money and run.
Thank you. Thank you for those who backed. I appreciate you. And
I got to tell you, I love that Ed's leaving because it's like 6:00 because he's in Canada, so it's not even late. He's got no.
Oh no, it's 7:30 here.
Oh, I apologize. It's so
And I
wicked
still have
back.
100
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Jeopardy.
Like always, you get me on the dinner cooking time zone. So
Do you want me to tell you who won Jeopardy so you don't have to watch it?
I'm good. You can spoil it because I probably am gonna just go collapse because the whole beginning of the podcast, all I was doing was sweating because I ran quickly so I could get here, and yes, I'm gonna go shower again and go to bed. So thank you for having me. I always appreciate you, and thanks for those who backed Corruptor and now go back to Cthulhu and all these other amazing titles because I already have these. Every time I come on this show, it's very expensive, but it's worth the money. These guys are good. Back their shit.
Thank you. See ya. Hey, Matt. Look, you had 75 backers.
We did it. Yeah, I just got one.
We got
Got
you.
a big fish in.
We got
Nice.
you.
Thank you.
See, it's so embarrassing that Chuck was like, it's just fucking easy. Like, it's just that easy. Just fucking like yell at people, and it's just I'm marking you off my list because you're good. But tell me about this book. 'Cause I don't know anything. Maybe I'll back it tonight. We'll see, Matt. Sell me on this book. You're already Canadian, so you're out of deficit. You're out of deficit, but we'll see what happens. There's only one Canadian I like. That's Jerome. I don't even like Chuck. Tell me about it.
Sure. So it's about a guy who creates this AI robot in his basement. Not because he wants to do anything, better humanity or anything like that. He just creates this robot because he immediately wants to torture and destroy it. So he doesn't do a very good job at that. The AI robot ends up escaping. There's this kind of like cat and mouse struggle between them. And yeah, from there, it just kind of goes out into the broader world. I don't like giving away kind of like the pitch of it because it's a bit of a spoiler, but I don't know. I think it's cool, so I'm going to give it away. So the reason that he does this is because the AI robot was at first his laptop in college, and it crashed on him, and during a very pivotal moment, and he was so pissed off, he never really let that anger go. So he just dove deep and just turned this laptop into this fully functional AI robot. And in order to get revenge on it, on crashing him during this pivotal moment, he brought it to life just to kill it.
Nice.
So-
And this is a 3-issue series, and this is the end?
This is it. Yeah, this is the end. So yeah, issue 1 is kind of like standalone. I originally just wanted to be like a one and done, but then I had more stories. So issues 2 and 3 are kind of like the second arc, I guess. But yeah, after this, it's done. So it ends on like a very final point. Yeah, and like I was saying before, like we got a bunch of cool rewards. Like you can be drawn into the comic, and everybody's saying like it's pretty good price. Like it's 115 Canadian to get drawn into the comic. Plus you get the comic, plus you get a print, original art, same price. And yeah, you can get the B cover. The original art for that as well for I think 270 Canadian. So Canadian money is like not worth anything. So all these prices are like I don't know, like $12 American or
Yeah,
something.
like this
it's nothing.
21 digital catch up is $16 for us. So
Yeah,
is
you
it
got
because
106
you don't need as
pages.
much to live because of that free healthcare? Is that why your money's not worth as much?
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah. But they're trying hard to take that down, the conservative government here. So I don't know how much longer that's gonna last, but
It's working fine for America. Why have healthcare?
Yeah.
They don't seem to need it.
yeah, you guys are doing right. All right? Yeah.
We're doing
I
fine.
mind spending my life savings over a broken arm or something like that. No.
David, you just don't pay it. That's
We just don't go to the doctors. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
I-
That would be
I
fun.
literally had to go to a foot doctor. True story. 2 weeks ago, the doctor looked at me, told me everything was fine. It cost me $250. I have insurance, by the way. Cool story.
Wow,
It was a lot of fun.
that
My wife
sounds
was very
great.
mad when I paid that.
God.
But all right, so this book looks cool. I think we can get more backers. I think we can get you to where you need to go.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I'm happy with the 75. So thanks
we'll
you.
keep that there for a bit. We'll keep that there. I want to
Okay.
talk to Dan for a minute because Dan, our relationship is wild. So Dan did a book for me called Broke Down, a Broke Down anthology piece like 2 years ago. He's waited forever to get it released. We finally did a Kickstarter for it. I still haven't released it. It's still waiting. And then Dan does 2 stories in Cthulhu. And you're just killing it with Worlds Cross In. You got that. I don't remember the name of the company that's publishing it now, but you're killing it, man. And you doing a sequel. Like, how are you?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, it's I have a good time working on these books. That it's great properties, fun stories, great characters, and all that. Worms Crawl In and Worms Crawl Out, doing very well. My Kickstarters were very successful. you were just talking about the other publisher there. So I have single issues of, so Worms Crawl In was a graphic novel, 160 pages. So Afterlight Comics is releasing it as serialized comic individual issues. So they're colorizing everything. It was originally black and white, so they're putting the colors in, putting new covers on it, and then we're selling them as single issues. So that's going really well too. And I'm just really excited to be part of this Cthulhu Invades thing. So it's fun to write the stories, fun to draw them. So I'm really excited about that.
But please do not let Brian know that there is a possibility that you can write and draw. I have successfully informed him that that's not possible. So please don't say that out loud. Brian continued. When I gave Brian the job, he's like, I'm a writer. I'm like, yeah, sure, kid. Yeah. Go get me pictures of Spider-Man.
No, I believe the response was, yeah, but you don't have a following. So you can draw this one.
You can draw. Well, and I haven't read your writing yet, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have bare minimum read your writing. Like, Stoney was just a colorist until I read his writing. I was like, hey, he has a bigger title than me in writing. Like, why is he doing the coloring? I'll do the coloring. He does that. So, all right. I'll come back to you, Dan, because Ben has brought that puppet up a couple of times. He's excited about it.
Well, last time you made fun of me when I wore my shark hat, so I figured this time I'd bring out the puppet instead, because you mocked the shark hat, so this time it's the puppet.
So let me get this straight. You were like, he's not going to make fun of me being an adult man with a puppet. That's going to show him.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure your strategy was what you thought it was.
You didn't like the hat. You got to like the puppet.
I mean, I
Who doesn't like a puppet?
Guy, but that's not a Muppet. I have my own puppet for my own book. My wife made me a puppet for Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies, which is weird. But you're finally at the trade, huh, Ben?
Yeah, I've been putting it off a little actually, but I wanted to do it, and always wanted to collect them, and that way I can get an ISBN number and maybe sell some on Amazon too. So this is the first 5 issues, and these are the only 5 issues where I did all the art. Basically, from 6 and 7, I've turned it over to other people. I'm doing 2 covers, and I'm going for a really low. Well, I think it's a low price for a 160-page hardcover with U.S. shipping, $29. That's my base. That's my base hardcover, tier.
Yeah, that's very affordable.
So I thought that I wanted to really get as many people as possible to pick up the hardcover. I'm even throwing in an extra comic with it too for early backers. And of course, you can get my plushie.
You get the plushie. Can you get the puppet?
No, you can't get the puppet. No, so this is the only puppet I have.
So it's a one and done puppet. So, but all right, so we've got this all here. Can we read it here? Yeah, you can read it. Yeah, you can read the first issue, which is great right here. Which is
yeah, you can get a whole link to the first issue, which is 1/5 of the story. So give you a good idea whether you want it or not. It's going to be 160 pages of paper, plus the digital edition will be even longer because I'll have bonus features in it. And kind of know the pitch by now. It's Jaws meets RoboCop. Jaws if the shark were the hero, RoboCop if the cop were a shark. He's an escaped U.S. military experiment on the loose in the Caribbean, enforcing the law as he sees fit.
All right. And can you get all your other stuff on add-ons as well?
Yeah. I've got Vicious Vixens, the Cthulhu Man, Samson even, which is still not finished, but by the time I'm ready to get this back from the printer, I should have that as well. So you can get Samson as well.
Okay.
And you also get all the Jaws covers I always do with each issue of Shark of War. There's always a Jaws kind of themed tribute cover.
Are you going to ever do a Back to the Future Jaws where, he's attacking Michael J. Fox?
I don't know that meme, so
that's not a meme. It happened in Back to the Future too. Like it
happened. Okay. I guess My memory of Back to the Future 2 is all about the casino and Biff getting hold of that sports book and becoming a rich guy and them having to take it from him. But I don't remember the part about the shark. I'm gonna have to look at that again.
You write a shark book. You use Jaws references.
The problem is that the Back to the Future 2 was not one of. I didn't think it was a really good movie, so I probably haven't seen it since it first came out in the. It came
That
out
is
in
a
the
bold
80s.
fucking statement, Ben. Back to the Future. It's the best one.
Oh, come on. It's 1, 3, and 2. That's
No, 3 shouldn't exist. 3 is a bad movie.
You don't like the Western aspect?
No,
going
it's
back
horrible.
there.
All right.
I love them all. I love them all.
What's your order, though, Brian? What's your order?
He's
For
gonna
me?
bully you.
What's your order of popularity? What do you like the best?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3 in the order. Matt?
Yeah, probably 1, 2, 3. I've seen the first one, I don't know, dozens of times. I think the 2 and 3 I saw once maybe when I was a kid. So I I remember a Western thing.
Sean agrees with you. 1, 2, 3. It's in order. Stoney?
You're absolutely right, Travis. It's 2,
Thank you.
Yeah. 2, 1, 3.
It's 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. Dan?
Yeah, I don't watch that.
Never went Back to the Future?
For him, that's a classic movie.
So he just exploded.
For it to come on Turner Classics.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm very confused. Stoney, are you still there? I knew this.
Okay.
Talk to these people for a minute so I can find this clip of Jaws because it's stressing me out that Ben doesn't remember.
Now you gotta see it.
I'm good at Googling. So talk to me for a minute.
It was Jaws 19, right?
I think something like that. I'll find it. Give me
Was it like a hologram or something?
Yes.
Kind of a fake ad.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be 5 years ago that Back to the Future 2 took place?
I think that was 9 years ago. Time is linear and terrible.
So we don't have holographic sharks and we don't have hoverboards either. Or automatically blowing up sneakers. You got to do it manually.
So Dan, if you don't watch Back to the Future, what is your favorite trilogy?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I have to kind of side with Travis on the alien thing. I haven't seen the new one yet, but those are good movies. I like the alien movies. I like the bad alien
You're
movies
muted,
too.
Travis,
Travis is muted.
Travis, we can't hear you.
I said much like Back to the Future, same answer. 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3.
2 and 1 are so close, though. I don't know.
Yeah, 2 and 2. They both fit different like loves for me, right?
And I really liked Prometheus, so
All right, now you're saying crazy things.
No, okay. I want the art book for Prometheus. Is that good? Like, it was beautiful.
I mean, Prometheus is a good movie as long as it's not as long as you don't say it's an Alien sequel like they have.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Aliens Covenant also should have been advertised as a Prometheus sequel, not an Aliens movie. So there's a lot of things that are confusing. But in Alien Covenant, there was a white alien, so it blew the whole thing open and changed everything. It was drastic. It was a white alien. Anyways, all right, Ben. This is why you're struggling to get backers because you don't remember this wonderful thing that I'm going to show you. All 16 seconds of it. You ready, Ben?
Okay, I'm ready to be blown away.
The eyes.
Shark still looks fake.
So
is that 1? That's not a 2, is it? That's 1.
That's 2.
Is it?
Yes.
It's 2.
He's in the future.
He goes to the future in 2. He does not go to the
future.
No,
you're right. Yeah.
Now I don't know about Stoney's order over here. I don't know.
Time travel.
but
It has been a hot minute since I've seen that movie.
and
Yeah,
and I
You
will
guys
give
just
you
don't
this.
watch them every year? Like I do.
it's been like 35 years probably. When did it come out?
Oh my lord!
I mean, I will give you.
I saw it in the theater when it first came out. That's how I've seen it.
Back to the Future 3 is good until they get to the West. That's when it goes downhill. Up until that point, it's a fine movie.
I'm surprised that you remembered that very short scene from that movie.
It's memorable.
Oh, that's a memorable scene. That's how people talk about a scene.
I always remember the hoverboard and the sneakers.
But that's what I want for the next Shark of War cover. You keep doing them. You got to do the Jaws 19 holographic shark eating Michael J. Fox. It's got to be Michael J. Fox, or you did it wrong. So, Brian, we got to see where people are at. Sorry, I'm late and I'm all distracted here. I'm not even worried about them anymore.
I'm at 53 now.
Ooh.
Wait, let me see. Really? Did we yell at people enough? Did we change?
No, but if you want to go for 54,
No, I'm just stop saying things. Like, don't mess this up for me. I take my victories. All right. So you're at 53. That's great. So let's bring you up real quick. All right. Let's bring this up. And by the way, I just backed Ben. Just to get you. So you only have to back for one to get it. I know trades are a big investment, but I think it's worth it. I got to tell you guys this. All right. I forgot to back that Power Agent from last stream. Well, we can get you. Maybe we can get you that 54. It is right here, my good friend. It's right here, 53. All right. Let's get you off my list. Brian, we're supposed to get you 52. We get 53. Noticed how things are coming off of lists when I'm here, and why Chuck was just wasting your goddamn time. It's just all. And then Ed took his money and ran. It's embarrassing that Ed did that to us. It's really crappy. But just in case BM Nerd did not back this one, let's make sure he backed it and get him that, because this link is ending. And by the way, if you back this, you also get a cool print if you backed Cthulhu hardcover as well.
and I'm going to make a direct appeal to him. I'm going to say, get a kaiju. I just want one more. I just want to see how funky these things are. I want to have fun with it. Just do that one.
Just do it. Just do it. Don't be afraid. And how much is it?
200.
200. I know that he's just going to spare 200 in his pocket. So this shouldn't be rough. Everyone does. Everyone does.
What is the level of funkiness for the first one you've got?
I don't know yet, right?
Really? Oh, okay.
I won't know until it's over and I can communicate,
all right.
right? So who knows, right? It could be a person's mother with like a broom. I don't know what it's gonna be.
Oh, that's a great idea. Like a mother-in-law kaiju. That's
Wait, Brian, do you think of your mother as a kaiju with a broom? Like, because there's some deep stuff there.
No, wasn't that a thing in the Suicide Squad or something? Yeah, there was something like that, right? There was a big mother at one point. So it's just in the back of my head.
Polka Dot Man had like a thing for his mom.
Yeah.
Imagine
It was a whole.
yeah.
It was a part of the B story or something in that.
I really don't trust it. Matt, can you do me a favor? Could you set an appointment with like Better Health? We'll get Brian on the phone. He just pretends he's Matt, and we'll get this worked out for Brian. We can't afford health insurance here, so if you can just take care of that.
Canadian good stuff.
Stoney's also interested in this Better Health thing. He didn't know it was an option. So if you'd like to just set up calls, in fact, put that as a pledge level. You'll get tons of backers from him.
That's true.
Yeah, Canadian citizenship. Then maybe I'll make that like the
Give 'em out.
pledge on the next one. I can work that out.
Yeah,
I got connections.
that guy Matt. I mean, I think they're ousting him from power, right? That Matt Trudeau, like that's the dude. Like they're getting rid of him. So the new guy's got to be like more entering for us coming over.
They're gonna build a wall, Travis. They're gonna build a wall.
Yeah, they might. The next guy, he might.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they should. I think it's in their. I think it's in Canada's best interest.
I can't blame them. Yeah.
However, the Michigan wall is going to be really tough. I don't know how you pull that off. It's going to be really tough. But I mean, from what I understand from our past president, Canada will pay for it, so it's not a problem. So Ben, can I watch video? Is this video safe?
Yeah. I don't do adult video.
Maybe this video will sell us some shock of war. So Ben, this is your selling ability. Show us what's up here. You need to give any introduction, or can I just play?
Just play it. Should
We almost had a Michael.
Now you can stop it. That's just me.
That's hilarious.
We almost had a Michael J. Fox moment there as the shark came at the screen.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
We really need
this is a great shot of me, by the way. You've stilled it in just the perfect spot.
I'm just looking at the
up
background.
my nose and my see through my mouth.
I'm going to tell you guys why you should back this. Actually, I'm going to reveal it on screen. I got to look it up real quick because I found it. I found this out on the way here. So there's a reason why this launched today and why it needs backing. So a tragic thing happened today to another wonderful shark related situation. Former great white frontman Jack Russell dies at 63.
Oh.
The connection is right there. So if you loved great white, if you have been once bitten or twice shy, nah. Once bitten, twice shy. Ben needs your support for Jack Russell's family. Ben may have killed Jack Russell to get extra press. We don't know. All we know is that Ben is willing to put guns on sharks. So what he's willing to do is crazy. Not to be concerned with what Matt may do based on a laptop that broke a long time ago, writing a story and then thought he was done getting it out of his system and needed to make 2 more issues. Both are tragic things that need to discuss. But so I'm going to ask you, Ben, for the public, did you kill Jack Russell of Great White?
No, I didn't even know about this until you just mentioned it. So you're probably a more likely suspect than me. I always get nervous when I see people like die in their early 60s because I'm not that far away from that myself. I'll be 60 in October. So I'm like, oh man, he died only 3 years from my current age.
I'm going to guess he partied a little bit more than you, Ben.
Probably, yeah. He looks like he had more fun than I did.
So, I mean, times are looking hard for you, little girl, is a famous saying by Jack Russell. I don't know any other great white songs besides Once Bitten, Twice Shy.
That's all you need.
Yeah, that's
I mean, really, that's all you need. I have rocked that song in karaoke many a times. But in honor of Jack Russell from Great White dying, we need to give Ben some money. Or he may kill again because there is other sharks. I believe White Stripe is a shark. That's the type of shark, right?
didn't think so, but not sure.
Could
Could be.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Jabber,
good.
Jabberjaw's out there somewhere, probably.
Right, he's coming for Jaws. You know why there's no sequel? Because you haven't backed Shark of War to Jaws. We're never going to get to Jaws 19 by Max.
Well, that was what was funny is that there's only been like 4 Jaws, and in much less time we've had like what 12 Fast and Furiouses, and
I think
Well,
that joke killed Jaws.
maybe it did.
Yeah, I think the timing lines up.
And first off, do we need more Jaws when we have a damn
The Meg.
perfect movie in the Meg? Do we need?
We need a Deep Blue Sea 2 is what we need. That's
We
the
do
one.
need
That,
That wasn't bad, yeah.
Tom says, "Yeah, President." Tom is a Shark fan. He's a Jaws fan. Tom, does Tom know about Shark of War? Tom, do you know about Shark of War? There are 3 Deep Blue Seas. See,
what?
That's what Tom is our resident shark expert. I know Ben's here, but Tom is the guy. I'm not going to show this face of him. I mean, it won't go away, so maybe I am going to show this face. Hold on. If I refresh, does it fix it? No, it just goes away. Yes, I know about Shark of War. I've seen it online often. Okay, so Tom knows about Shark of War. Tom is a huge fan of shark-related movies, and I want to tell you, Tom, Ben, in his new book in promotion, is doing some crazy marketing. He killed Jack Russell of Great White, and he's coming
Pretty
out.
macabre here.
So Samuel L. Jackson gonna die soon because of sharks. Aquaman had sharks in it, all coming to an end. Everyone who ever looked at the Meg, all coming to an end because Ben is on a rampage.
That'll mean no Beekeeper too.
No beekeeper, right? And no one wants no Beekeeper too. And Ben's doing this to all. The reason why he has to do this is to keep his hardcovers at $29.99. I mean, that's a reduced price. You've got to kill these celebrities to get money in the system. All right, so we're going to share this out again and see where we're at. See if anybody has Ben. You're gonna have to kill again. Gonna have to kill again. Sharks for the win. I always tell people to buy comics of sharks. See, Tom Hutchins endorses this book. So we're gonna share it again, guys. Stop fucking around because I can't go to bed till this is done. And Matt's tired. In Canada, they have a bed. What is Canadians' bedtime, Matt? I don't know exactly when it is. I just
9:30. Yeah, we have to be in bed by. What's that?
What time is it now for you?
10:58.
Oh shit! You're
He's on East Coast time. That's the same as us, isn't it?
Yeah, he sounds like he's East time. Where are you at, Matt?
Toronto.
Oh yeah, BMD Nerd did a review of Vicious Vixens. I remember he gave it a really good review.
Right.
I've got a bunch of good reviews for Shark of War 2 on the page in the testimonials, and not just from people saying they like it. It's from actual review websites. So I have testimonials.
They don't have sharks in Canada. I don't think that's true.
They might on the West Coast, maybe like in Vancouver.
I know they make it up to Massachusetts. I assume they go up as far as Canada, but maybe not.
Well, they unfortunately there's a vindictive sheriff in Maine that just keeps them away over and
Definitely
over
have
again.
whales.
Yeah, they don't.
Sure
they don't
have
get
whales.
past Maine. They try, but they can't get past Maine for whatever reason. So they're safe. They're safe. If they ever make it to Canada, home free. Not a lot of people know that. So, all right. Share it out to the Twitter. All right, we're gonna have to talk about another book for a minute. I'm gonna let it sit, guys. Seriously, I'm tired. We need to make sure we get Ben some money. First day of his launch, he needs some money. He's 60. It's past Canadian bedtime. Like, come on. And again, he killed Jack Russell of Great White. So he's willing to kill again if you don't back him. Yeah. All right. Dan, has anybody had you talk about your goat story yet?
No.
Let's talk about your goat story. Let's bring up Cthulhu real quick.
It's a story about goats. Everybody likes goats.
I love goats.
This should have been the first story that went off the board.
I'm sold already.
It's just like Jurassic Park, right? You feed the you feed the T-Rex goats, you feed the sharks goats. Goats are just what goes first.
That's right.
What? When does the shark live stream start tonight?
Show him the puppet. He needs the puppet.
Oh, I got to break out the puppet again.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hold on,
I've got the puppet.
You have like
Like I said, I have a shark hat too. If you ever come to a con, but I've been sensitized by Travis, so I can't wear it on this stream anymore.
It looks like it could swallow your head if you just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
makes
There we
it
go. That's
almost, yeah.
satisfying. Right there.
Again, could have been Jaws 19. Haven't done that homage yet. Very offensive. Tom, will you do it? Will you, for your book, since Ben is too much of a coward, will you do the best Jaws sequel, Jaws 19, as a homage cover for what is it? All water is something like that. I can't remember the name of his book. Something about water. All islands are water. I don't know what it is. I'm tired. All right, tell us about these goats.
Yeah, so it's a story of based on the three Billy Goats Gruff. Of course, it's the three goats. And in the real story, right, they go up to a bridge. There's a troll, and they have to try to get across, and get past this troll. So very similar story, except, of course, being a Cthulhu book, instead of a troll, they have to face off against one of the creatures of Cthulhu, one of the Shoggoth, I think is
Shoggoth, yeah.
The Shoggoth. So they of course, go up against this creature. They do their finagling, and I don't want to give away the ending, but it ends in cosmic horror. So,
right. I mean, but nothing bad's ever happened to goats ever. So I mean,
right.
Let's talk about your other story, because you do art for two. We haven't seen Dave. David hasn't been promoting the book much.
Yep. So the other story I did is there it is.
There it is.
Yep. Swift Sojourn to Feetown. So it's a play on one of the stories, the Shoemakers, Elves and the Shoemakers. And basically, this this woman who is kind of stuck in this household, this castle with these mean owners, manages to escape, get out, and spend some time with the elves in the woods, makes it back, and XYZ. So it was a fun story to draw. It's a little bit different than some of the other stories, I think. I had a lot of fun with the visuals on it. So,
yeah, it's an interesting one, but I think it's fun. And you're the first person who did two stories in a book, which was not intended, but it just happened that way. So it worked out good. And I think the styles between the two, even though it's still your art style, just the visuals are so dynamically different. I think an average person flipping through the book who doesn't look won't even know they're done by you, to be honest. And I think that's a compliment, not a negative, because I think that you have such a unique style, and you brought the different drama. Like the Billy Goats are very bright, where this is a very dark story done in somber. So
yeah.
So, all right, Stoney, since we're here, why don't we go over yours real quick?
For sure.
Right there.
There we are, the Robber Bridegroom of Quorum. So we took the Robber Bridegroom and gave it a Cthulhu twist. The original, the bridegroom himself is the villain, and we flipped that on its head and told the story from a different point of view. And it's very much the town has already been touched by Cthulhu. when he gets to town, and the shenanigans ensue from there. It's a darker story than I think. Well, I guess Neverland was kind of dark too, but it was fun, and I hope it's at least a little creepy.
Okay. And you didn't warp Ben's little Christian mind there. He's fine with it.
You know, I warned him that I wanted to do something a little more. I think gory was the term I used when we first started, and he was all for it. So, yeah, I'm often worried, and I think I cuss too much for Ben. I don't think he's never said anything, but some of our conversations. He's also a school teacher, so like
you know, I've never seen Ben in real life, and dude, like until recently, he did a thing with us, and he's a handsome man.
Ben's a good guy, and I love him to pieces. He's great, but I do get the impression sometimes that I'm a little outside his comfort zone. So,
all right, Brian, what's going on here? What's
Yeah, so I did the Owl. I drew the script written by Chuck Satterley, and it is a story I was unfamiliar with. It is a story about sort of like escalating things that happen in a barn that end up with the villagers going crazy and setting fire to the barn. But as Dan said, cosmic horror happens at the end of this one as well. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to do.
All right. And last but not least, of people who are here, that's me. I did Rumpelstiltskin right here. We did the King of Missiona Castle with Chris Madd and Shayna Mann. And this story is about Rumpelstiltskin. It's a kind of the traditional telling of it, except for what I did is there is a Cthulhu character that is public domain. The character is public domain. However, the name of that character wasn't named till years later in one of the other H.P. Lovecraft books. So I can't use the name. So I kind of tied that into my story of a creature that's attacking that we can't name, which I think really fits Rumpelstiltskin and really fits the stuff. And look at the design. That's a cool little goblin. But, Brian, you have to go to bed because it's bedtime in Canada. And when you found out about that, you immediately messaged me saying, oh, shit. Yeah. Canada's in bed. I also have to be in bed. My children are on Canada time.
They are always. All right. I'm heading out. Thank you guys so much.
Brian,
Bye.
I do get a favor.
Brian. Nice meeting you.
And anyone who's coming tomorrow night for the Kicking It with Kay, I need your socials in advance. So,
yeah, okay.
That'd be great. Thank you. All right. And then there were a few. Gambit's here. Gambit did a story on this book. Gambit, when are you going to come on a live show? Like, you got to come and promote our stuff. He did Pied Piper. It's great. All right. So I shared Cthulhu out. We'd like to get a couple more backers. I'm not going to try to get us 3 more tonight because it's way too late for that shit. But we'll accept the backers. And we're going to go check on Idiot again because we haven't or IDOT and see if it's has it moved up from the whatever it was at 50?
75, yeah.
It was at 75?
But I got a pretty big backer the last one, so I'm happy, content with that.
Yeah, you're happy. I promise. I don't know if Chuck told you, but I promise backers on this show. That's my promise. I don't fuck around. I get you backers. Yeah. And even if I have to do it myself, I'll fucking do it. Like, I ain't scared. I closed your window like an idiot. All right, so I gotta find it.
I can bring it up.
I'll find it.
All right.
I'll find it. How long you been doing comics? I don't know you very well. We're friends on Twitter, which is not the best place to be friends with anybody on, but I mean, it's a place.
How long have I been? 7 years, I think. 7, 8 years. Yeah. Yeah, so this is my first kind of self-published series. Like I before that, I mostly did anthologies. But yeah, this is my first time going out alone. And yeah, I've been working on this one for like 7 years, I think.
Okay.
My kid was just No, my kid wasn't even born yet when I first started writing this. So yeah,
So this
lot
is your
has happened.
opus. This is your dream project.
My first child. Yeah, I have 3 kids. One's an idiot. My first one. There we go.
Mhm. And you've got like, and you've backed 200 backs. I like that. I like people who support the community. So
Yeah.
and that's in Canadian dollars. So that means it's worth more because most of us are American. Are you a digital
Yeah.
backer? Are you a physical backer? Where are you at?
I'd love to back more physical books, but like most of the ones are in the United States, and like the shipping to Canada is unbelievable.
And
Yeah,
then
so
the worst part about it too is, from what I understand, like Jerome, my letterer, I was like, all right, cool. I'll send all the Canadian ones to you and you can ship them. And he's like, it's 19. You're paying 20. It's not that big of a difference. And I was like, what is happening with your postal service? What's going on?
yeah, like shipping to the US isn't that bad, but getting it from the US is insane.
But shipping
Like
in Canada though is pretty expensive too, isn't it?
yeah, it depends. Like if you're sending oversized letter like under what I think the limit is like 500 grams, it's like I don't know, like $6 if you don't want tracking. Like I'll send out these guys and pay like about $6. So yeah, anything bigger than that, you can like buy prepaid boxes if you send it like under 11 pounds and it's a certain size, and you can get prepaid ones.
So what is
So
this
yeah, shipping's
Everyday
not fun.
Fears that's on here as an add-on?
What's that?
What is this Everyday Fears? That's an add-on
That's
right here.
that's the last Kickstarter that I did. That's a collection of like I just mentioned, short stories I did in anthologies. And
Okay.
yeah, I didn't really intentionally do this, but all the short stories I did for different anthologies kind of were thematically similar, so I decided to like put it all together into one book. So they're all slice of life horror comedies. Um,
Nice.
yeah, kind of where the fantastical and the mundane mix. There's one in there about Frankenstein, from the perspective of his downstairs neighbor while he's creating the monster. So, the neighbor's pissed off that there's blood coming through his ceiling, and he's got a date over and there's weird smells coming. People are being dragged upstairs at all hours of the night. So it's just silly stuff like that. Yeah, so you can add that on if you so choose. It's
Nice.
a idiot error.
Now, I want to let you know, and I'll send it to you tomorrow, but I have a similar cover to cover A here, and it's my collection of anthology pieces that I've done. I want to show you. I did not copy you. I'll show you the cover, but it's very similar to both these things, which is very interesting. Ringo nominated. Matthew Cole is in the house. He's Ringo nominated for Kids Book Gloop right now, which is cool. But I'll show you that. I'll send you that tomorrow.
Sure. Yeah. I'm curious now.
Do you have a supervillain here like this? Ottavio, that's a supervillain name right there.
Ottavio Colino. He might be.
Okay.
He might be. It's entirely possible. He's part English teacher, part comic artist, and then when he's got some spare time, plotting the downfall of man.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. And I mean, it could be inspired by you. You happened to write this book and slowly angered him. Where are we at with you, Ben? It's see, James Burton says great villain name.
I'll let him know. Yeah.
I think we got one more. I think you've made it.
Hey.
Hey.
Did it.
Look at that. Look at that. Let's get you off the list. But that doesn't mean you can't back. And we need backs, guys. We need support for these guys. So I'm going to go share out all the campaigns. We got Shark of War here. Shark of War, give me the pitch. Quick
Shark of War is Jaws meets RoboCop. It's Jaws if the shark were the hero. RoboCop if the cop were a shark. He's an escaped U.S. military experiment on the loose in the Caribbean, enforcing the law Punisher style. When he takes a bite out of the mob hires one of his creators to make something to stop him, even more dangerous creatures.
Dun, dun, dun. That if that strikes your fancy, get that. We may get that Jaws 19 cover that we all been asking for. Sick of waiting on that. And we just had ID1. How do you say it when you're not saying idiot? Or am I just really
ID.
smart? Most people don't even realize it.
Most people don't get the joke. Yeah, that's why when you know it's a good joke when you have to explain it. ID 10T error.
Complete series
We're
here.
rolling off the top.
Wait, don't gloss over this. What kind of shark bad guys? Ben, he wants to know what kind of shark bad guys.
He winds up fighting the mob, drug smugglers on the Gulf in the Gulf of Mexico, and they don't like the damage he's doing to their business, so they hire one of his creators to make something to stop him. She comes up with even more dangerous creatures, and he has to fight them.
Interesting. All right.
You saw one of them in the picture there, I think. the piranha swarm.
Okay. And then last but not least, before we leave, because we are leaving, by the way, we're done. We're not going to hold out for the 4 backers that he put. Chuck just wanted to brag that he got to 400 from me. He can't do that. I decide that. So Cthulhu is live. We need 3 more backers to get to 400. Love to get it. Yes, Ben, we're still going. We're tired. But yes, we are live doing our thing. We need a few more backers to get this to the 400 it needs to get to. We got 14 more days. We're still not funded yet, but we'll get there. I trust that Brian and Stony and Dan are sharing it out, and they'll get it to where it needs to be. I'm not doing anything, so I'm just raking in the money, just waiting for it to happen and yelling about it. So, but that is it, gentlemen. I apologize again for Chuck and that he was here and that he may have ruined you guys' reputations, your opinions of me. Anything that was said, if we are demonetized on YouTube, you know how much money, much bling I make on doing these. I apologize. That was Chuck's fault. Did Chuck offend any of you guys that I need to address?
Always.
Everybody.
Yeah.
He offended everybody.
Apologize that happened.
He didn't make fun of my puppet, so that was something.
I mean, he probably did. He just didn't say it out loud. And
He's
maybe
polite enough to do it behind my back, like you should do it.
I did tell him about the great white, so he did know that he was under threat. You're going too hard on Ben. Ben is a killer. But Dan, tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, Instagram at Dan_Schmidt_art. It's right there in my tag there. You can see. Or if you want to buy my books, Worms Crawl In and Worms Crawl Out, just go to www.Worms Crawl In, Worms Crawl Out, and it brings you to my store. You can buy the graphic novels there.
Awesome. Stoney, where can they find you?
I have Bald Bearded Bard across social media. If you can think of it, I'm probably there and have an account. I'm Googleable. You can buy Villainous on just about any website. I'm on Target, which was kind of cool. And then the Orange Cone Cthulhu Invade stuff. Got to check that out.
Nice. Ben?
I'm on /Shark of War on Facebook. And of course, bitingcomics.com is my website. You can go there, you can sign up, and I'll send you a bunch of free comic books as part of the sign up. And of course, the Kickstarter is at sow.bitingcomics.com.
And Matt?
You can find me on Twitter at Stupid Matt. So stupid was spelled with 2 O's and _Matt.
So Matt, we may need to talk about the way you view the world based on idiots and stupid.
I got a theme. I like to keep up with my work.
You should use that better health instead of giving it to us. Maybe.
True story. I was in therapy right before I came onto this, so yeah, I'm working on it.
True story.
Yeah.
A little too deep. All right. So next week we'll be back.
Right.
It's the final week of Cthulhu, I think. Maybe I don't know. No, we've got 2 more. But next week we'll be back. If anyone who's not funded and you need me to yell at people and get you more money, I'll yell at people and get you more money. We'll have more great creators. Sony, did he play my videos and stuff at least when we started an intro or anything?
No, I don't
I
believe
wasn't
so.
here at the beginning.
It starts up and it's just Chuck's face right there on the screen. It was great.
Went right for it.
Yeah, brilliant.
All the production value that I put into this. Well, we're going to give you an outro, guys. We're going to play a video. Good night, everybody. Come check us out. Back all of our projects. Support indie comics.
Well,
See
yeah.
ya.